Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Patty and I go by Patty Mac Makes everywhere online. On this YouTube channel, we celebrate living an analog life in a digital world. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I make this really delicious tortellini summer salad. It's so good. It's so easy to personalize it however you like, so stick around and I'll show you how to make it. While you're here, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, make sure you like the video, and in the comments below, tell me what special ingredients you would include with your tortellini, because you can put just about anything in here. It's super fun, it's super delicious. So all right, let's jump in and I'll show you what you're going to need. Here's what I'm going to put into my tortellini salad. I purchased this bag of tortellini from Wegmans. It's their store brand, and you can get any kind you like, but you do want 20 ounces. So it makes up quite a bit. You'll be able to either have this for a party or for a few dinners, depending on how large your family is. But you want 20 ounces of the tortellini, any kind you like. And then what I'm going to add to it is I'm going to cut up cucumbers. I have all these really pretty tomatoes from my garden that's going to go in, some red onion, and over here I have some corn on the cob that's left over. I cooked that last night in my Instant Pot, and I will link to the video so you can see how I do that. It works really well, and if you don't finish all of it, it refrigerates super nice for a salad or whatever you want to put it in the next day. So we're just going to cut the corn off of the cob. Some red onion, some black olives, I love black olives, and some of these roasted red peppers. And then I'm also going to cook up a bag of frozen asparagus. I'm going to cook that after the tortellini are done. So all of that's going to go over here in my stock pot, and I really like using this stock pot. It has an inner pot that is like a strainer, so when the tortellini are done cooking, all I have to do is lift that out and the water will stay in the pot. And then I'll return it, and then we can cook the asparagus. But I love that stock pot. It's super nice to cook in. So that is like the fixings, or the fixins as we say in the South, for your salad. And then over here I have what is going to go into the dressing, because we're going to make a dressing that will go with this salad, and it's going to be olive oil, red vinegar, lemon juice, a couple of cloves of garlic, and salt and pepper. And then I take some of the brine that's over here in the olives, the olive juice, and add that in as well. And oh my goodness, is it good. And I just mix that up really well. I discovered a way to mix that makes the best dressing you have ever seen in your life. I'll show you how to do it. But we'll make that last. So at this point, I'm waiting for the water to boil. I'm just going to go ahead and cut and prep all the stuff, and I'll meet you back here in a few minutes. Well, a few minutes in my world, but in your world, it'll just be the next slide. I'm cutting up the veg, and I realize I almost forgot about the cheese. We want to have this marinated little mozzarella balls. I know you've seen these where they come in the oil, and these are so delicious. And what we're going to do is we're going to actually use this oil. It's been kind of a long day, and yeah, so we're going to use that olive oil and those little cheese balls in this. So okay, I'm not going to show you cutting up cucumbers and all of that. I'm doing it now when everything's cut up and I'm got the tortellinis cooking. We'll check back in. Okay, my water is up to a boil and I'm ready to put the tortellinis in. And what I want to share with you is that you need to really read the instructions for whatever brand you're using. This brand only requires 2 minutes of cooking and you're supposed to be really gentle. So these cook really super fast. I've used, I think it's Bertolini. They were more like a 7-minute cook, but these are only 2 minutes. So I'm going to basically dump them into the water, set the timer, and be really careful because I don't want them to come apart. Okay, so I have this this spoon with holes in it, which is really nice for stirring tortellini. And I'm just going to gently stir them to make sure that they're getting their time in the water, and being super careful so I don't pop them open, because it kind of ruins the salad if you have messy tortellinis. They're fragile, but oh, they're so pretty. Look at that. Okay, timer is almost done. These are like, you put them in the water and they're done. All right, I want you to see how with this stock pot, I can just lift and see all the water runs out. It's a lot easier on the pasta that way. And I don't lose my hot water, so hold on. All right, I'm going to spoon off about a half a cup of that pasta water and put that to the side. And I got my asparagus out of the freezer. There's 8 ounces in here. So I'm going to skip off that half a cup of water and put that to the side. And then we're going to put the asparagus in and cook it. The asparagus is cooked, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spoon it out using that same slotted spoon. And I'm going to put it right here and let it cool off. And you can see in the bowl right here that I've cut up all of my vegetables and all of the stuff I'm going to use. And it's a lot of vegetables, which I think is what makes this so darn good. It's absolutely loaded with vegetables. So I'm going to let the asparagus cool for just a minute, and then I'm going to dice it up into like maybe 4 pieces per stalk and put it in, and then we'll add the tortellinis, and then we'll put in the cheese, and then I will mix the dressing and show you that. And this is done. It comes together very fast. Even though it's a pasta dish, it's full of vegetables, and our dressing has a main ingredient of olive oil and red wine vinegar. So it's a pretty healthy meal as a pasta salad goes. So, all right, let me just get this part done and in here and transfer the tortellinis, which are cooling and draining in the sink, and we'll mix the dressing and it's going to be ready. I actually decided to forego the onion. I don't think it needs the onions, and I still have to put in the cherry tomatoes. I'll put them in at the end. Everything that will go into the dressing is in this Pyrex container. It's olive oil, brine from the olives, and I used the olive oil that the mozzarella balls were packed in, and that came with parsley and probably red pepper already in the mix. So I use that for my oil. I did 2 cloves of garlic through the press, red wine vinegar, a teaspoon of the pasta water that I reserved. And anyway, it's all dumped in here. And you're like, well, that doesn't look very good. Just wait until we do this. And now, I mean, you can mix by hand, but I am using my KitchenAid, and oh my goodness. Look at how it changes. It becomes this just absolutely gorgeous dressing. And oh, I wish you could smell it. It smells amazing. The vinegar and the spices. Ooh, it's just really dynamite. So you can mix by hand, but I gotta say this whisk that came with my KitchenAid is phenomenal. I mean, look at that. Have you ever seen an oil and vinegar dressing that beautiful? Woo. So I just give it a really good machine whisk. It aerates it really well, and it just really mixes all those ingredients. And you wind up combining that oil and vinegar, which, you know, supposedly don't mix, but if you mix the daylights out of them, they come together and it's gorgeous. Okay, I think we're good. Look at that, isn't that pretty? Here's the salad all combined basically, so it's all the vegetables, the cheese is on top, the tortellinis are in here, and what we're going to do is to add our dressing. And just pour it on, and then we'll stir it up, and that is how you get your salad to come together. And you can add more or less of the dressing, and if you have more than you need for this, it's fine, because then you can just save it and use it on your regular salads. Okay, there we go, and it's made. All right, I'm gonna dish up some and give it a try, and I'll be right back and I'll let you know how it is. This is the prettiest salad. Oh my goodness. I'm going to show you how it looks here. It's like I told you at the beginning of the video, it can be anything you want it to be. Any kind of vegetables you like, whatever your favorite cheese is. So good. And it's just enough dressing to give it some flavor. There's so much texture. I've got asparagus, I've got tortellini, I've got mozzarella cheese, cherry tomatoes from my garden. It's a wonderful way to use your garden produce, and leftovers. Like if you've got the leftover corn, any kind of leftover veg, you can just cut that up and put it in here and it works. So okay, that's the video. I love this tortellini salad. I hope you will try making one yourself and let me know what veg you're gonna put into yours. And that's the video. So if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go and enjoy my dinner now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.